Yo, who sings that song? Here we are.
It's kind of juicy.
Oh, I have notifications. Got notifications.
Get down with this.
Here we go.
$10 a month.
$10 a month for these It's very melodic. I like it. It just kind of makes me.
It's called future bass. That's the genre.
Oh yeah. It makes me kind of want to sway inside. It's a nice little opener. I could use that to. Does it tell you the who the artist is? Because I always like to give credit to the artist. Even if like I steal their music or something, I at least want to give them credit and go see them live. Or
honestly, I don't even say.
Really? It's an interesting.
A modern uplifting quote. A modern uplifting relative-free future bass tune with deep 80s, edgy synths, pulsating pads, thick beats. Beats for urban, fashion, street, or sports
thick,
videos.
Pulsing.
Oh my God, is everything about
Thick and pulsing beats. So.
That's a good description.
So.
All right, let me get these lower thirds up.
So it doesn't tell you who it is though. It just describes everything.
No.
Just like a.
No credit. That's part of not
that's
part
it.
of
I
the
guess
deal.
I guess that's part of being royalty free is that you get absolutely
Right.
no recognition.
Right.
Royalty. It should be.
Someone slaved away hours.
It should be royalty and recognition free music.
Someone spent
That's what it should be.
so long trying to produce that beat, and they get no credit.
Well, they get credit.
Oh,
They're getting
they
your.
get
They
credit,
get a
not-
portion of
no
your $10 a
recognition.
month, bro.
Yeah,
That's what they're getting.
no recognition.
So, I guess this is the second time. We won't say the day. We'll say that just the second time into the new year that we're coming at you guys live. Now you're probably wondering it's a Friday night, and it's all right. You know, if you guys aren't watching, because you'll eventually watch it later, and you'll probably wonder why the fuck in the world are they actually doing this on a Friday night? Because we got nothing better to do. And we actually like doing this.
This is great.
I was
what
just getting
people want,
I was just
you know?
getting into that. I was just getting to it's actually what we like to do. So speaking of like to do things, I like to announce that in case you guys are watching on mobile for the first time, then don't forget to go to go to my channel, just go to David Scarpetta, just type it in YouTube. Or just type it in Google. You'll see like a ton of stuff come up. But you see the YouTube channel, and then in the link in the description, I'll have the actual link to the new channel. And the new channel doesn't really come up in search that well because it's really, really new. So I'm just linking directly to it, and so it'll be easier for everybody else. So we're gonna be so just in case you don't want to see the one angle, and God knows you probably don't, you want to see you want to cut away to my my sidekick Hakeem over here, and
Kick my ass.
my sidekick here who likes to try to kick me in the side, but then he realizes he's really just kicking himself.
I'm the one. I have the control over this.
I know.
Over
talk
everything here,
about controlled media. This is like
I'm the
it's a little
mastermind behind it all.
it's hard to
You just sit down.
sometimes it's hard
talk about
to we try to give you the whoa there I come, I'm coming in the other ear. Try to get you the real news as opposed to the fake news. So speaking of real news, we're gonna give you some real news today. So we're gonna be talking about World War III, the stock market, and something that Hakeem loves, or he could potentially find some love on, and that would be some dating apps. We're talking about some of that, and he would love to love. Do you love to love?
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't love to love things?
Some people don't love to love. Some other people hate to love. Some people love to hate, and other people have a love-hate relationship.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't love to love things, then you're what's it called? Isn't there a word for it? Like someone who likes, well, I guess someone who likes pain is different than someone who likes
Yeah, that's a
hating
different
things.
that's a different
But
that's a different genre.
no, who doesn't love loving things? I don't know.
I don't know. There's a lot of people in this world. Every time I think about something that could not be, it just is. Something happens, and it's like, holy shit, I can't believe this exists, or holy shit, this is for real, or holy shit, like I just saw this. And I mean, as you get older, and I hate to sound like that old guy, because no one wants to sound like that old guy. It's like, oh yeah, I can't, my day. But as my days continue, there's always something else that's really kind of surprises me. I'm blown away that humans in general are so dynamic. There's so much to the human persona, and we talked about this and other things, and I don't want to go back into it, but like, about the whole, being able to separate the mind from the body and the soul and whatever, trying to upload yourselves into the matrix. But the thing is that there's just so much dynamic that every time I think that something could be unfathomable, it's absolutely fathomable. So you'd love to love. We'll talk about some dating apps. So we're just going to come at you real quick with the quickness, and we're going to talk a little bit about that craziness. And if you guys haven't heard, for the new year, that we just deployed a shit ton of soldiers to the Middle East because we killed some Iranian general who was I guess I don't even I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna be really honest. I don't know, like, I'm not super hardcore on this stuff. I do follow a little bit, and I don't know the background. Like, there's some really hardcore people out there who like know exactly what this guy was doing at any given time. But supposedly the killing of General, I don't know. Do you pronounce the Q? Is it Hassim? Qasim? How do you say Qassim? Soleimani. So he was killed by someone here in an airstrike. I don't know if anybody's taking attribution. Iran Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khomeini promised retaliation. So there's like a shit ton. So killed the top Iran commander. So Trump says airstrike was ordered to stop war. Was ordered to stop war and prevented attacks on Americans. Soleimani was plotting imminent and sinister attacks on American diplomats and military personnel, but we caught him in the act and terminated him. Well, that's good, I guess. I don't know. That's what I'm talking about. It's so crazy. Like, we took action last night to stop a war. We did not take action to start a war. So I guess they had some information on him that essentially says that you need to be terminated. It's kind of crazy, like the way they say it. It's like, it's almost like you're a robot. Like, you need to be terminated. The terminated. So Trump's saying that he's not seeking regime change in Iran. But for Tehran's aggression in the region to immediately end. So this is like some heavy shit. So like it says in the title, like World War III, like this is very potentially. Everybody thought it was Kim Jong-un, but I feel like Kim Jong-un. I'm saying his name right? Kim Jong-un. I feel like Kim Jong-un he's kind of like just a big baby. He just kind of like goes back and forth. I'm going to test these rockets. I don't like you. Listen to me. And then maybe they could play a big role with other like nations. He could ally probably with like other nations against the United States or any of the United Nations can. But it always seems like most of like the real deal like issues, we'll call them issues, are always taken much more seriously in the Middle East, like not just a little bit, but a lot of it. Like how many times has Kim Jong-un like threatened everything, and it was just like, yeah, okay, we're gonna go visit you, buy you a drink, call it a day, and then all of a sudden, over here we heard this guy's plotting, scheming against us, kill him. And you're like, whoa, okay, that's it. Have a good week. And it's crazier because he was killed by a drone. So like drone warfare is already a thing. In case anybody didn't know, technology, like I have a buddy actually who sells software to military. It's a buddy who sells software to military personnel for drones. So it's a software company. It makes I forgot exactly what it is. It was just like kind of maps out shit and all kinds of stuff. So it actually is a learning software that's sold to the military. So it's that hardcore already, where we have like really like drone, we have like shit flying in the sky that could just kill you, that could just snuff you out. So much for Jeff Bezos dropping packages in our backyards and spying on topless girls next door. We actually have we actually have people just being executed instead. I'd much rather have packages dropped in my backyard, but hey. So a lot of people are calling this the potential for World War III. Of course, there's a shitstorm on social media. I don't even pay attention to it. It's just noise to me. I'm getting some information here, and I feel like, anybody on social media is going to have one extremist view to another. But, yeah. It's crazy. So it's just getting dirty. Not that it hasn't been dirty. God knows that it's probably been dirty for a while. And so I wonder if anybody thinks that this is going to be like a thing into a thing. Do you think this is the start of something, Hakeem? Do you think this is like potentially WWIII
I'm
action?
just a sidekick, right? So I'm just here to listen to you talk, right?
No, you're here to listen to me talk. And
maybe I got the wrong idea then. Maybe I got the wrong
idea. The problem here is that sidekicks they don't get enough credit. Like Robin was very important to Batman. Okay, it's very, very important. All right, Silent Bob.
All right, we'll
very
drop
important
it.
to Jay.
I don't want to get on this on stream, but I have some stuff to tell you afterwards. But okay, let's move on.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna pet you. So what do you think?
The next one in the docket, the stock market.
Well, you didn't answer. You didn't. I was curious of what you thought about the WW. The potential. Do you think it's going to be a potential war? Or not?
I don't know. Honestly, I didn't read too much into that. But the real war is online. It's the information war. They're gonna. They have all our DNA, all our information. They're gonna make clones of us and fucking create an army.
I feel like you kind of want that to happen. Do you like want that to happen?
It's gonna happen.
But like when you
regardless.
but if you keep thinking in a certain way, like you're almost like inviting it. You want it to happen. It's kind of like when people say the zombie invasion, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm waiting for the zombies to come." I mean, the zombies are already here. I mean, they're everywhere. Proverbial
Yeah.
zombies everywhere. So like, are you like inviting it? I feel like do you want it to happen?
No, of course not.
Are you
Of
sure?
course not. Or maybe I'm behind it. Maybe that's
May
why
I don't know. You
No.
tell me. You tell me. You know, I mean, you never know.
I
These are
don't
the
know.
things that make you think. You've got to think about this stuff. This is really important.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, just like the idea of a world war, though. Like that means every countries are involved throughout I mean, and just look at the internet. Like I feel like a war is about to start. You know, online. Like there's
Yeah.
different venues for a war,
mean-
but like everyone thinks it's it's traditional.
I mean, yeah.
War.
Like I made a comment, and like you want to start a war with me. Like
Yeah.
it's almost like
The
it's
war's already begun.
it's there's always a war. See, it's just crazy. It's really crazy. But I don't know. I don't think that there's gonna be a world war. I think that most of the world powers now are so powerful that they realize if they do truly start, if they don't like quarterize certain problems, then an all-out world war would be pretty catastrophic, to say the least. We don't know what would happen. Yeah. But, hey man, gotta ask John Rambo. So yeah. So that's crazy. I don't know what everybody else thinks about that. I don't know if they think anything's gonna crazy is gonna happen after that. I just do know that there's a lot of angry people. But I do also know there's a lot of happy people right now too. And the happy people are in the stock market. So the stock market is at an all-time high right now. Is an all-time high, and a lot of people are contributing that to Trump and the administration in general. So I will say that I did do stock investing back in the early 2000s, and I lost quite a bit of money, and I was very unknowledgeable when I did it. I kind of just used a broker, and who just told me like, hey, you should do this, hey, you should buy this, hey, you should do this, and I didn't feel really good about it. But I started over the past few years. I started really studying the market. And you can study all you want, but not necessarily actually know exactly what's going to happen, because there's so many potential outcomes. It doesn't really make a difference. Whether or not you study it or not, but it will give you enough. Doing your due diligence will give you enough like insight to kind of make smarter decisions, more safer decisions. But yeah, the stock market is up big time, man. I was waiting for the drop to happen in December, and I didn't see anything happen. And it just kind of it slightly came down a few points, and then it just got. So people are thinking that maybe the stock market's in a bubble, and it's bound to pop soon. I don't know. But I would say that your money's probably better off in the market than it is sitting in the bank, because they have all these stupid things like in the mail that come to you. I don't know if they come to you or not, but they're like, hey, just why don't you invest? Drop $10,000 or drop $5,000 in bank account, and here's $200 as long as you keep it there for 6 months. But I feel as if you drop $5,000 in the stock market, I can guarantee you probably wind up making more money than $200. And it won't be just connected to your shitty debit card. and into one financial institution. I don't know. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I don't give any investment advice, but that's kind of how I feel about it. What about you, man? Where do you think the money should go?
I think it should go to me.
That's good. It does go to you.
I don't know.
It all cycles. It all comes back to you.
I don't really research that shit.
Well, I mean, don't you think it's a good idea that people research that?
Yeah, I'm just not. I don't have that extra time to be able to do that, or to look at all that stuff.
To look at all that stuff.
I guess maybe when I'm on the toilet.
See, there you go.
I could do that.
When you're on the toilet. Now you're getting it. Even if you're on the toilet, you got an extra few minutes to do some. I mean, okay, so like so for instance, like look at these electronics companies, like Canon, right? Canon's an electronics company, isn't it? I think it's publicly traded. What's its stock ticker? Now I'm gonna put these glasses on so I can see again. Let me see what it is. Hold on. Let's take a look. Let's see if they went up or not. So we do a search. I don't know what the ticker is. CJ. Video. Okay. Yeah, it's CJ. And over the 3 months, it's been up about 8%. Which isn't bad in 3 months. It's not too bad.
No, it's not. They're always making new products too.
See, you can not only can you be a customer, but you could be a part owner too. I mean, I know it sounds inconsequential, but owning a piece of a multi-billion-dollar company that pays you to own a small fraction of it is good. I have a friend who owns Tesla stock and doesn't even own a Tesla because he believes in what Tesla does, so he decides to buy Tesla stock. I mean, I agree with it. I just wish they would pay a dividend, but yeah, I mean that's I guess about that. What are you looking at over there? Is anything good going on?
No, just looking at porn. No, just researching the porn news of the day.
About docking?
Yeah. And cuckolding. It's got me fascinated right now.
It's got many terms. So
I'm gonna invest in a porn company.
Really?
Actually, I'm gonna invest in VR. In a VR company, probably Vive, because HTC Vive.
Wait, HTC owns it, right?
Yeah.
So is
HTC.
HTC. I don't know. I don't think they have a stock. Not on the
HTC
US
Corp. HTC Corp.
HTC. No. I don't think they have HTC stock.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Taiwan. It's a Taiwan company. HTC Corp. Are they publicly traded on the stock exchange?
Wow, it's gone down in the last.
I don't think they're on the NASDAQ. I don't know.
Yeah, in the last 5 years, it's gone down.
Yeah. I mean, they don't really do I mean, I guess they do a lot, but they don't really do anything like, like, oh man, I get that HTC product, right? When was the last time you heard that?
Like I said, the Vive is probably the most powerful VR headset up to date.
It's the Taiwanese dollar, TWD. What's $38 and what's 38.15 in USD from TWD? Hold on a second.
Taiwanese dollar.
Yeah, to USD. What was it? 38.15. That stock is $1.27 US. That's the difference. $1.27.
Wow.
So it's almost like a Turkish millionaire. You could have like $1 million in it and be like $38 million in HTC stock. I don't really have any experience. I'm just learning how to do stuff. I'm still learning. I'm learning about spreads, doing some stuff with options, calls.
What stocks do you have?
What stocks do I have?
Yeah.
I do. I have a few tech stocks. I like to do investment trusts, REITs. REITs are good. A REIT. So, but yeah, the stock market's up, and I definitely.
What's your best investment to date?
Well, so technically, crypto's up like, well, it depends when you're investing in it, but like as a year to year, crypto has been on the one, but a lot of people don't consider it an investment; they consider it a gamble.
I mean, isn't it the same thing? It's essentially.
I think
everything's a gamble. Then. Why is crypto more than a gamble than anything else, than any other stocks?
Because it doesn't. You can only use it to buy certain real world goods right now. You can't use it to buy goods everywhere. So, which is a thing that's evolving.
But the value of cryptocurrency changes just like a business's value does.
Well, that's the problem. It changes too much. It's not stable. So like one day, like your cryptocurrency can buy a house, and then the next day it could buy yourself an RC car. Right? But I think it's been more stable the past 6 to 8 months, which is going to be good news for adopters. Time to adopt. So, and lastly, we're going to go to things lastly. We're going to go to some dating apps. Tell me about some dating apps, Hakeem.
I don't know too many dating apps.
What do you mean you don't know too many dating apps? You don't have a Tinder profile? Everybody in America has a Tinder profile.
I haven't opened a Tinder in quite a while.
I know, but
I feel it's part of the bottom of the food chain. It's pretty much what the Facebook was before, the Hot or Not, what Mark Zuckerberg turned into Facebook before Facebook was a thing. Like that's, like it's such a, it's a very surface level, aesthetic based app that it's just. What
do you mean aesthetic level? What do you mean?
I mean, it's nothing more than no one looks at profiles on Tinder. It's just.
You think so?
It's just it's just swipe. It's like swipe culture. I mean, it's very much a part of the cultural zeitgeist. Like,
yeah, but that's like
the idea of swiping like so fast that you accidentally swipe right on an ad and it like pops up and it's annoying and First time that happened, I was like, "Fuck this." I hate
Yeah, but
this
like I
dating
feel like everybody. I mean, you kind of throw it under the bus, but it's kind of like it's catering to humans like primordial, but very primordial urges, right? They're like, oh, is that person cute? Is that person? No, not cute, not cute, not cute, cute, not cute, not cute, not cute, cute, not cute, not cute, not cute, not cute, cute.
Hmm.
Right? you don't go out. You don't look at people. It's not. You don't look at them and see if they're attractive first. You kind of go up to their brain.
My thing is like the dating apps in general. Like, I was always very hesitant to. I mean, in college, I was just like, whatever, fuck it, you know, it doesn't really matter. But when you're getting serious about it and you start having a conversation with someone online, and it may not be the best representation of who they are, and then all of a sudden you talk for a while and then you meet them, and you know they're not what you expect, or it's awkward, whatever.
But do you think
you don't maybe you don't like, you know, you don't want to be there, but you don't want to be rude and just be like, no, I'm sorry, I'm not into you. You kind of have to like be nice about it and be like.
But you think that's just
nice
because it's on
dude.
Tinder? Because that can happen on any platform.
No, I'm saying any online
Oh,
dating
okay.
platform.
I'm just like,
No, not Tinder.
you come from Tinder world.
There are other dating apps that allow you to find out more information about them, let you video chat. The Bumble is interesting because it gives the girl the initiative. So I don't know. I guess that's very like anti-feminist in a sense, because like it makes them do all the work of
How's
like
that anti-feminist?
messaging you. Because like they have to, you can't message them.
What does that have to do with feminism or not?
Because it's like making them do the work of like talking to you first.
But is that, why would it even consider it work?
Yeah, I mean,
Like
it's
you
like
could,
like the men can just swipe, and then whatever, if the women match, then they have to message you first. So they have to do the work to like initiate the first point of conversation.
the woman does.
Yes, and so it's like.
But what about Tinder? It's the same way. You can, if you
No,
match, either one can.
Either one can, but Bumble it's the women.
But what does that
I don't
make
know
it
if you- I don't know
feminist? Though? Why does it make it Why is that a feminist thing?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like some people could take it as like, oh, when a woman messages you, like that's when you know it, like it's like they're serious about it, blah blah blah.
But serious about just meeting you or talking to you.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what you're gonna get. You still don't know what you're getting because it's not.
That's
We haven't
true.
had a real interaction. Just because they saw a page with your bullshit profile, you hugging and kissing puppies and kittens, doesn't mean that they're gonna really like
Just
you
go
guys are
boom
connect.
boom boom. You can make a
That's
you
the
can make an
problem.
algorithm that automatically swipes right, and then until you get a match, and then you know they message you, and then anyways, I don't know. I think it's cool how they do that, and that I'm saying like that's a good option for someone who doesn't want to, you know, copy paste their message to various different you know, women hoping to get a response. You could just be like sit back and
But
like but then you can't really, because like if you think you're compatible with someone and they don't match you, then it kind of sucks. And then someone that you not really into message you, and then you feel bad about not responding.
You know how you could
to
fix
it.
all that?
How? By not going on dating apps and meeting people in the real world, like you should.
Like you could just go out
Have you
somewhere.
seen that Black Mirror episode?
Which one?
Where it's like, what is it? I forget what it's called. But
I've only
they're
seen like, the
basically
first
stuck
season.
in the dating episode, and it's like
Oh
you don't,
yes,
you don't,
yes.
you don't, or
You have
in
a
the dating
time zone. It's
in a
have a
dating
time.
profile, and you don't know that until the very end that it's a dating app.
Yes, I seen
And,
that one. Yeah, where you're basically
really
they have a
interesting.
certain amount of time. Like this one, you only have 2 hours with,
Yes.
And then like the other one's like 365 days, and then like the girls they supposedly have to do things as if they were like a happy couple, but they just didn't really.
Yeah. And I think that's the one where at the end, like it's not real, right? Or is that a different one that I'm talking about?
No, it's the one you're talking about.
Okay. Yeah. So you get a certain amount of time period to spend with the other person, and
Because they're learning based on as you go along whether or not you're compatible.
Exactly.
So it's machine learning, and you're in the machine.
Yeah. So that's kind of scary, and like kind of paralleling that with dating app culture, kind of, and making it real, sort of puts into perspective how like just mathematical it is, and how I can't remember what happens at the very end.
They kind of just like meet up at a place themselves. So they come out of it, and then they happen to be at a real place in the real world, and they're like, "Hey, I saw you." Like they kind of like re-meet. They jump over the wall together, and then they meet in real life for the first time.
No, but I can't remember if they stay together or not, or if
I think they do.
If they don't,
they do. Yeah, they jumped over. Remember, they climb over the wall. They're trying to climb. They climb over the wall, and then they're just like, "Where am I?" And all these things are happening, and then all of a sudden it kind of like fades out, and then all of a sudden he's at a party. They're at a bar. Yeah. So you know what that means? That's pretty prophetic, because you could have just bypassed all of that and just went to the bar.
That's funny, because most of the Black Mirror episodes are like really depressing and dark and down, and then you have this one that actually kind of has a happy ending. You know, they get out, and
I don't know if it was happy. It was kind of.
It wasn't completely.
Well, you don't.
Sad.
It wasn't completely twisted up. But so have you used Tinder, used Bumble? What about Plenty of Fish?
I haven't used that one. No.
Puff.
Okay, Cupid was like probably my most used. And
did you hear about the other one? There's one that I
college.
found out when I was doing a lot of stuff back in 2010, 2011. I'm still doing a lot of stuff on the internet, but they were scraping photos from everybody. It was called Zoosk.
I've seen ads for that.
Zoosk. Zoosk. What kind of horrible name? That's a horrible name. I mean, I guess it gets stuck in your head because it's so ridiculous. But be like, how did we meet? We met on Zoosk. Sounds like something out of like a 9-year-old like kid's book. The wonderful world of the Zoosks.
So we haven't heard how you really feel about the whole dating app culture.
I think it's interesting and fun and should not be taken seriously. I think that it's convenient. I think that a lot of people can waste a lot of time on it. I think I shouldn't waste. Listen, kind of like if you're studying in the bathroom about stocks, you can sit there and swipe a little bit, bowl swipe, but I don't really think that it's a good idea to spend 2 hours.
At the same time, though,
it's a waste of time, dude.
At the same time, say you meet someone in real life and you get down with them, and you maybe go on another date or something, and turns out you wasted all that time because you're not really compatible with them. At least with online dating apps, the good thing about it is
why are you so worried about compatibility?
You can put yourself out there with like the things you enjoy, and I guess you could say that in real life, but like.
But you're having experience.
You're filtering out people. Like you're not gonna just.
But you're doing it by yourself.
You're not gonna randomly meet someone that has the exact interests that you do, whereas an algorithm can pair you up.
Are you shitting me?
I'm just saying, like, if you want to meet your ideal
that
match,
doesn't exist,
quote unquote.
There's nothing like, dude. Okay, look at this. All right, I'm all about algorithms, but I'm all about algorithms about shaking loose the fluff, not about replacing real experience. So, this is you, right?
I mean, eventually gonna have a real experience, but it just
Yeah, but-
cuts away all the.
Yeah, but you could spend like hours and hours and hours. Okay, so I've done quite a bit of dating without apps. Tons.
So have I.
Tons. And yeah, dude, I would say just about more than 90% of them, I'm not, if you want to call it, not compatible or whatever, or maybe I was compatible
course,
for a little
yeah.
bit, but
That's how
I
it
at least
goes.
I still at least like if I spent, okay, let's say if you let's use data, right? Let's be cumulative about this. So you spent, let's say over the course of a month, you spent 15 hours on a dating app. So that's basically 2 days a week. I'm sorry, no, that's about 3 days a week at about 3 hours a day in between. I don't all sit down. It could be like an hour in the morning, an hour at night, and you're going back and forth. So you spend 15 hours on a fucking dating app. You could have went out and went to go hang out somewhere, be around other humans, have
Well, not
adapted
all
our
dating
energy,
apps are
had it-
swiping based, so not all dating apps.
But
you
you're
have to
still
spend your,
okay. But where are you using these dating apps? You're not going into a room with 100 people, hanging out, and listening to music, chilling, having a human conversations, seeing what you're seeing, having
but you're
some,
not
having some
you're not going to
game.
be connected through the interwebs to all the people within your city. You're just not going to happen to run into a person that
I know,
is
but-
into video games, is into
Yeah, but-
digital marketing.
Yeah, but you can go. You can go into places in the real world that are
Yeah.
barcades. You can go to places that are bars. You can go to places that let's say you're not even a drinker. Let's just say you don't even drink. You can go out to like a place that plays the music, the type of music you like. I mean, you're still going to meet people with some common interests in those commonalities, right? There's going to be some commonalities, but at least you're getting a human experience, not by yourself, sitting. You know, it's just, it doesn't make sense. It's different if you're just using it casually and you're just like, yeah, whatever, and you throw down on it, and then it's like, oh shit, I got something popped up. But you're taking so much potential human experience, bro. There's been so many great times where I've gone out and I wasn't even looking to like meet up with a chick, and I just like out of nowhere something just happened. It was a friend of a friend, and I was just like talking. I thought something was funny, and I'm being human. I'm having a human interaction, and then that's great and all that. We could like use machine learning and we can like find the things that we think that we're like, but just because there's a lot of stuff that you like that I like. Well, we both like sushi, right?
Mm-hmm.
You like sushi. I like sushi.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Japanese,
Okay.
so I have to,
Okay. Yeah.
like, legally.
So
Otherwise,
so-
they're gonna send us yakuza to my
the
house and cut
Yakuza
my head
come in
off.
your house, and then and then there are some things that like we like, but does that mean that we should be dating? Does that mean we're going to be compatible? Does that mean our lives are going to be spent together? No, we're going to have an experience. We're going to maybe go out to sushi. Maybe okay, that's the one commonality. We go there. Maybe you grow. Maybe
Wow.
the stupidities that
I mean,
I
who
don't
doesn't
like.
like sushi?
Maybe
Come on.
maybe then the things that aren't commonality I actually like in you, and then
No,
I
that's
grow to
fair.
like
That's
about
fair.
that.
Sometimes I don't want even someone in my industry that like is interested in films, because like then it's just so much of that. Like you want to be able to learn other stuff as well with someone you're compatible with. Maybe
the
what they're-
compatib-
like a teacher, for example, like that would be like I would love to, be in a relationship with someone that was in a different industry and I could learn.
Hear that,
something
folks?
else.
He's
Hey, I
he's
never
infinite-
said one way or the other whether I'm just giving both sides. I didn't say I was like definitively dating.
I
her,
didn't,
but
I didn't say you
I
are. I'm
understand,
just saying that
like,
in case there is. It says that like someone he likes that.
I understand the just convenience of dating apps.
But it's
and-
actually inconvenient.
And I mean, I know people that have met their significant others, not just like one night stand type things, but actually like lifelong
like two
partners.
night stands.
Like,
Well, it's a life. It's like
so I'm not discounting the people that
life
that
partners.
can be successful doing that, because they may have never met that person otherwise. Like, yeah, I mean, LA is a big city. If you're on a dating app, you're not gonna run into this interesting person that you happen to
I
match
get it.
on,
I get
on,
it.
on
I
Bumble with.
see that there's definitely like a certain amount of interconnectivity, but I also
we're
see
getting
it.
we're getting a lot of comments.
I also see of it being.
Yeah, I like this. Neo Podcast says, "Love this. This is my jam. Cool podcast. Thank you, Chicago Fun 4."
Fun. I bet there's some fun in Chicago going on right now. I guess they're not all sitting around fucking swiping. They're going out, listening to some booty house. Get, coming over and listen to some music, have some drinks. You don't even have to be an alcoholic or drink. I'm not talking about like, oh, I gotta get sloshed. I'm talking about like just having a human experience. Having 15. If you gave me the choice to say spend 15 hours, let's just say I had a genie here, right? There's a fucking genie sitting here, and the genie was like, "You're going to have," and the minus, I don't know what accent this is. You're going to have an encounter with somebody, and you're going to have sex.
Fucking Indian.
I don't even know if that's Indian. It's almost like a cross between Indian and Mexican, but like it was really bad. So like, you're going to have sex, but you're going to spend 15 hours on the phone swiping, or your choice to go 15 hours into random clubs or bars or social places of doing human stuff. I rather take the social places, and I get that everybody's an extrovert and everybody's gonna like want to go out all the time, but the energy, dude, like getting to know people, getting around people, like we all feed off of each other. Like we all feel like your energy, like I could feel your energy and you could feel mine.
My sidekick energy.
Your sidekick energy. Like I felt it earlier. Your energy was like, it was like stabbing me. It's like, oh shit. Dude, he's angry.
I'm letting you you in the deep end and without any raft, like.
Yeah, so
it's yours. Later. I'm going.
He's like, see, like I know that. See, I could feel that energy, and then like
I'm still pissed at that.
Well, I know you're pissed at that.
This is a joint effort.
Yeah,
and
it is. He doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't. I feel like you're taking it the wrong way.
Anyways, they don't want to hear about that.
You don't want to hear about that.
Says,
but that's
Neo Paka says, "What is the best dating apps?" I don't know if is this for yourself or you're just like curious. No, tell us, Neo Paka. What have you used any dating apps before? Are you interested in finding someone on there? I'm curious to hear what you guys think. For me, I do find value, like I said, in just keeping that door open. Let's say there's someone.
But how can you keep a door open if you haven't met the person? Just texting them is not really keeping the door open.
I feel like some profiles I straight up disregard because they're not fully fleshed out. But if someone likes the same music that I do or has gone to the same places,
what about if they're standing sideways and they have like, and everything's,
dude, yeah, they're just
like,
there are people that I'm not even gonna
it's like
take seriously like that, like. You know?
But you know what though? There's like 1,000 people swiping on those profiles. That's why the girls have the upper hand, because they're always going to be.
He said Neo Pocket says himself is the dating app.
That's right, man. You see, that's the thing. It's like we guys listen. You can sit on a dating app all day, and I'll go close deals at Buffalo Wild Wings. and like
he says, face-to-face interactions are awkward.
And you know what? It's good. And yes, it could be awkward. And
it's only if you make it awkward, though.
Yeah, well, it's easy
if you feel awkward, then you're gonna make it awkward. And that's what I mean. I'm very much an introvert, and I realize that you just have to. Sometimes you have to be comfortable with silence. I mean, you're in the art of deal making. Like you talk to people for a living, so you know the different. I mean, I don't think you've taken like psychology, but you sort of know how the brain works when you're talking to someone and you can read them. Is that right?
I would say that I've through life have learned this.
There's a book on that. I forget what, Art of Charm or something. Anyway.
Well, okay. No, I mean, no. I'm listening to you, dude. I'm like I'm that you have a point. I mean, yeah. Being an introvert, it doesn't mean that you can't. Being an introvert just means that you're choosing to be not outward, meaning that like you're waiting for something to kind of come into your domain where it's the right time to kind of say something or do something, as a versus me going out and fucking sitting here trying to be like, blah. And you listen, I get it, but introverts still can still have game. They can still like
I think the most important thing
conquer like the ability to.
And sometimes I don't do this myself,
women.
but just listening to what the other person says and then responding based on that. People love talking about themselves, so if you can sort of feed them and give them the confidence of liking to, talk about their past, pull up stories, I feel like that's a really good, if you're an introvert, ask a lot of questions and then listen, I think was one of the points that book brought up. And our brains are all over the place. Sometimes we go on tangents, sometimes we veer off when we listen to things.
But I will say,
they're not interesting, but sometimes that's the most important thing, is just feel confident, listen.
Well, the thing is that no matter what you do, if you don't practice shit, if you don't practice the art of connecting with other human beings in an atmosphere, whether you're trying to get laid, it has nothing to do with it. We're trying to get
trying to get laid, trying to make
you're trying to get laid, paid,
money,
or you're trying to raid. Whatever you're trying to do, you're trying to just cause a ruckus, or you're trying to make some money, or you're trying to get some poon. It doesn't make a difference. All I'm saying is that if you don't practice a little bit, if you don't even go with it there a little bit, you're not gonna ever feel comfortable. So the problem with the apps is that it's taken everything out of it, and it kind of like it puts you in this zone now where you almost need to do it like that because you feel like there's no other way to do it, and that's not good. It's not good. It's like the old school. Okay, so like for instance, I can get around via GPS everywhere I gotta go, right? Oh, I can get away on GPS. It's great. If my phone stops working, right, and I'm somewhere.
No, that's
I don't know how to fucking use a compass.
That's a really good analogy. I gotta give you props for that one.
I don't know how to use a compass or a fucking map. I got a problem, dude. I got a problem.
Yeah. I'm
just like, where am I going?
I actually found myself relying on my GPS too much, and I was like, holy shit, I can't like memorize directions because I'm relying on this shit too much, and it's like really leaving me like relying on this tool.
Yeah, yes, correct. And when the tool goes away, what do? You still have to. You need to have those, dude. And I talked about this like I don't know, somebody. I don't know, maybe it was in one of my videos. But I actually like in 2017 when Bitcoin went through the roof, the end of 2017, I took my money and I got myself made a few bucks, and I got myself an RV. And I took it and I drove her from West Coast all the way to South Florida. Just because I could do it, just because I want to know if I could do it or not. Because I want to know that like I sit behind a computer a lot. I do a lot of computer shit. And I'm like, you know what? I want to be able to be able to change my shit water and my thing. I want to be able to do stuff.
Sugar Shane, tell us what you need advice about. He or she said, I need advice. So I just want to.
We'll help you out.
I'm waiting for the response.
I'm here to offer it, my friend.
So you drove cross country.
So I drove across country because I wanted to know if I could like shit breaks down, something happens, like survival mode. Like if I need to survive, or if the zombie invasion actually comes, then I'm able to actually deal with that problem.
Oh, this guy, he said he needs relationship advice. We're not a relationship podcast, but we can offer some advice on.
Listen, we're an everything podcast, all right? I'm here to school. This is an online course for everything, and I'm giving away some free lessons. So if you need it,
yeah, no, let us know. We'll do our best. We are the we're certified relationship experts.
I have friends in the relationship expert business. I mean, I guess they're experts, but so for instance, I was talking to a buddy today. He runs a YouTube channel called Honest Signals. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of it. His name is Vadim. And
His name is what?
Vadim.
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 Vadim,
Vadim.
my friend.
And he's really good. He's mad chill, dude. He's mad chill. And he runs a YouTube, for basically for learning the date, learning, confidence building and stuff. And it's called Honest Signals. And I'd like, there's a lot of stuff out there that's just really like, it's like obnoxious and like kind of overbearing and stuff like that. But this is like, his stuff is very conversational. It's chill. It's.
He said, my girl came out lesbian and broke up with me. Whoa.
Hey, listen, wow. I had that happen to me. A version of that. Yeah, I think I told you.
Oh yeah. So she wanted to change, do a sex change.
Well, no. It wasn't,
I think someone else actually told me.
Yeah, somebody else told you that story. No, I had one where I was just like, I was kind of dating this chick, and she was like, had a girlfriend, and then the girlfriend was like trying to throw down on me, and then like, but I was the guy because trying to pull her back on the other side of the fence, and so like, how old is she?
I don't know.
Did you say?
Sugar Shane, how old is your ex? I guess.
So it'll give me some insight into what direction that I could.
Yeah, if this is like a
advise.
long-term relationship, that's a little troubling that she just realized that she was into girls, or did you know she was bi? There's a few questions there,
well, just so you understand, so just this is my take on this, and this is really, take it with you will.
Like 15. Okay.
So inherently women they always compliment other women for being beautiful. They're like, oh, you're so beautiful.
So she's 15, he's 17.
Okay. So the story is that she's like, at this age, I'm going to say, and listen, I can guarantee you like 10 years, and not even like 6 or 7 years down the pipe, she's not going to be like that. It's just like a thing that I know a lot of young girls that like want to try to explore themselves, and they say, oh, I'm lesbian. Like, there's like women who are like, say they're lesbians like 10 years down the road, and then all of a sudden they're dating a dude, and vice versa, and they're just jumping around the pool. So essentially,
especially in this time period, I feel like pansexual, asexual, bisexual,
skippy gif sexual, like it's just like does. At this point, if I was you, my friend, if I were you, my friend, I would actually be like, I wouldn't be butthurt, because it's really, it's. I would say 99%. It's not even about you. It's about her.
Yeah.
It's about her, and her like trying to feel herself. I mean, it sounds dirty, I know, like feel herself, but like she's trying to feel out stuff for herself and see if that's like thing. And like, you guys are really young. And not saying that that's like can't be a thing. You can be in love with her, and I wouldn't say that, but she just wants to explore her sexuality. That could, and actually in some ways you can actually turn this around and make it for you like a +1 for you. And what I mean by that is, if you have a different attitude, if you frame it differently, and you have a different attitude on it, you'd be like, listen, I know you're hurt, and I get that, and so it's frustrating to be rejected by another female, and maybe you don't even know what she looks like. But the thing is, if you kind of like, you stay cool and you keep the open door like we talked about, and you say, hey, how everything, and then maybe even kind of like pseudo invite both of them to hang out somewhere and go do something. I'm telling you, you think I'm crazy, bro, but like, this is the shit that happens, and you invite that, next thing you know, you might be in a situation that not only so many dudes are in. So like, if you play your cards right, you'd be like, oh, maybe she's here 1 minute and now she'll be back. I mean, it's not going to be
3-way. That's what Neil Paca said.
You said it. You said it. I didn't.
Invite her girlfriend, and then just, experiment.
Yeah, but don't be a doofus about it. Don't.
It's the time to just experiment with. Be safe.
Be safe. But don't be a doofus about it. Don't be like, oh, you want to come over and like put like those like vodka bladders up my ass and squeeze it and like we'll get really fucked up. And that's like that's not comfortable. You got to make them feel comfortable. So if you're cool and like you're just being friends and everybody comes together, maybe she'll be like, oh, maybe I don't really like this girl that much. Maybe I'm really into him, and it comes back, and then they'll come back. Because the bottom line is this: if somebody really cares about you, right, despite the physical aspects they really care about, they're always gonna wind up coming back. They're always gonna come back. Dude, look at like Jen and Brad. Holy shit, dude. Like, 1 minute they're dating, next minute he's married with 13 other children from like...
Wait, who?
Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt.
I think I thought it was Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, but they were married. But before that, he was dating Jennifer Aniston. And then after they got divorced, he started dating Jennifer Aniston again. And it's just like all this crazy shit that's happened because you know what? I mean, and look how many kids they popped out. Him and Angelina, and then that just popped out. But then on top of it, like wound up adopting some more children.
Wow, this is like just recently they're flirtatious. Look, I haven't pulled up a thing in a while, so I'll do that right now,
dude. And then you know what? It's bullshit because they are hanging back. How hard can it? You don't lose the person's number. You know what they live. You know what they do. They probably know. I mean, that's an elitist group of people, right? But like
flirtatious. This is such a tabloid. We're like really getting into like the.
But what I'm trying to
tabloid.
So yeah, I know it's a tabloid, but I'm just making an example. Is that ultimately, it'll always come back around. It'll always come back around. Just leave the door open. Don't shut the door.
Don't burn bridges.
Don't shut the door, man.
Even with anyone, like
And
unless they're like a stalker or creep or they're just.
Yeah, if somebody tries to do you harm, like physical harm or mental harm, and what I mean by mental harm. Is just like
Jennifer Aniston is hot though. I agree. She's still got it. What she's like almost 50 or something.
She's like 50, bro.
Something.
I mean, if somebody does you mental harm, if she like comes around, so I'm gonna give you like a hypothetical. If she comes around, how old is she?
50. Wow.
Oh, she's 50 exactly.
50.
So if she comes around and she starts saying fucked up shit to you, or she basically starts using you for stuff for like money, or like wants you to do stuff, and like. Then it's a different story. Then it's like, okay, you gotta distance yourself. But if you're really just being chill and open-minded and whatever, let that's what the dating game is. That's what it is. It's a game. That's why the dating game. Dating is. Oh, I have to get married.
You don't believe in.
And sometimes even then.
What's it called in like true love or?
I didn't say that. I never said that. Love comes in many forms, and true love comes in the truest form. And yeah, dude, like I'm telling you, it comes in the truth. And I know it sounds crazy, but
what
it
does
doesn't
that even mean?
But you'd be surprised, bro. I've gotten people even my own uncle, my aunt, she was like married, she dated this dude, then she got dated this dude, and then like broke up with him, married some other guy. Then they didn't like it. Just was horrible, and then she divorced him and wound up dating the same guy again and getting married to her original boyfriend. And then like they've been married for like 40 years. So like you never know, dude. This shit just comes. It's like that's what life's about. And when people invest themselves very highly into like and take it personally, like it's like, oh, what did I do? It's nothing, man. It's just like some shit just didn't work,
Yeah, my longest relationship. In college, actually, I think I could definitely see myself getting back with her. Like I was a sophomore, she was a senior, so she like had to, she graduated and had her plans in South Africa to do some, interning there for like a health company or whatever. And so it was like an amicable divorce, and then
it's just
it was interesting. I think I pissed her off. Because, like, I think we got into argument afterwards. Like, we stayed friends for a while, and then we got into argument. And then she, like, got another boyfriend. And that's, yeah. It's like, we weren't really together, but then I said something like, this is horrible, but I said, you could do better. she
Well,
blocked me.
because you're kind of insulting her selection.
I'm like,
you know,
this dude's a total jock. Like, he was like some muscular
Yeah,
lifter. I'm like,
you know,
dude. I mean, but he was like a total airhead.
How's it go? How's it going like this?
He was like an airhead. I'm
good.
like, come on.
Oh,
An ugly face. Oh shit. Maybe
Look at
she's watching right now. Maybe he's watching right now.
Maybe he's one. Well, that's what I'm saying. But then, you know, the thing is that if you get angry for the decisions of other people, then you're actually just shutting your doors, and it's not going to be beneficial.
I was naive.
We all are, my friend. We all are until we don't know until we know. What's that
No,
from?
don't be sorry. I made my own bed, but actually this was a while ago.
Believe me, and
she-
sometimes you want to make your
she,
bed. I made my own bed tons of
she,
times. I love making my bed.
I tried to apologize, and then she didn't talk to me for a while. But then she just recently, we spent a summer, that first summer together in her place in Miami, and she sent me a picture of the subway. It was like an empty subway that we kind of did some stuff, and she like sent me a picture
The
of
empty
it,
subway.
and I was like, what does that mean? You want to get back together? Or what? But like, no, like I at this point, like, I don't know, like I don't see her like that anymore. So, but you never know, you know, what can happen later down the line.
Yeah, bro, that's what life's about, man. The only thing that's final, dude, and I don't want to get so hardcore here. The only thing that's final, and even that's not really final,
Is death.
that's right, is passing on. That's it. That's fine. There's no like, these are just a bunch of stories, dude, that you create, your life that you create, and you know what? And it's even for guys like your age and everybody else, you guys could be focusing on just your personal growth and making money and doing well and shit like that. And you'll have more tools in your trunk. You have more tools in your backpack to do more. To do more.
All right.
So, and that's really what this is about too. Like, this podcast is about, you know, growth and you know,
And learning.
when you're that young, when you're
And-
young, you should focus on work. That's what I did. I mean, granted, I was an entrepreneur at like 18 years old, and I was out the box and, you know, hustling. But, you know, with a lot of girls, they were like, I made my bed a ton of times. There was like, I remember girls throwing me ultimatums. I'm just like, yeah, okay. Because you know what I was doing? I was taking the money I had, and I was piecing out to South Florida or going to Cancun or whatever and meeting with new people, because I didn't want to take orders and get disrespected, because, you know, there's times that you can get run over and you feel run over. And there's nothing better than knowing that you have some type of, you have the power to do X without Y. You should never worry about somebody completing you. They should compliment you. They shouldn't complete you. If you're not complete, then you need to continue to work on yourself and finding, and we're never really complete, but like, we need to work on that, because there's no one to complete you. It's to compliment you. That's the big deal. So hopefully that helps.
says, love the setup. Hope you guys blow up.
Me too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for saying that. I acknowledge you. Please share this as well if you
Amen.
if you want us to blow up, because that's how we get there, you know.
One step at a time.
Sugar Shane says the same. Thank you. Kisses.
One love.
Kisses.
He said it. I didn't. So, all right, guys. Well, that's I didn't want to go too hardcore into love. I mean, we'll get some relationship experts on here, and you know, even sometimes these relationship experts are full of shit. You know, they're not really experts. They're just people with lots of experience, and they call themselves experts. You know, so. But hey, guys, thanks so much for watching. That's gonna sum us up for today. We actually went over than the time that we thought we were gonna go over, like we usually do. And if you guys haven't subscribed yet, do us a favor, and you can go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/David Scarpetta, and subscribe there. And then in the video, you'll see the link to the Get It podcast, because it's kind of hard to find right now on YouTube search, because it's really new. Like, we literally just launched it like less than a week or so ago. But to get a podcast, you can there'll be a link in the video description for you guys to subscribe there, so you get notification, and don't forget to hit the bell. Bing! Hit the bell. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for watching.
Yep. And we're also gonna get guests on, have them tell their stories. They're gonna, tell their friends, and it's all gonna. We're all gonna grow together. So
I'm gonna get it together. That's why it's called the Get It Podcast.
We're glad you're here from the start, because if you're here from the start, we're gonna remember you.
Well, I remember everybody. I'm like a damn elephant, bro.
I mean, when there's millions of people, it's gonna be hard to remember everyone, but.
It's already the best podcast on this side.
Logan Paul says podcast in the world.
I'll bring
the best podcast or the biggest podcast in the world. This is the biggest podcast in the universe, galaxy, universe, infinity. I don't know. It's bigger than
beyond. That. Are you gonna turn into Buzz Lightyear any second now? All right, guys. We'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.
Let's.